Ethos is a brand asset management and design platform. We make it really simple for companies to enhance their brand and create brand guidelines. Essentially, Ethos replaces your need for a Dropbox or traditional file storage and design systems such as Illustrator and Figma, and combines it all in one. Today, during our demo, we're going to show all of our tips and tricks and best practices. We're also going to show some of our really cool features, which includes brand education, brand audits, and our AI auto rating tool. After we've created our brand guideline, we're going to show how it automatically outputs it into a visually appealing and beautiful brand guideline. So after logging into Ethos, if you have several brand guidelines in our main homepage, you'll be able to see all of your brand guidelines. There's different options for your brand guidelines to sort and filter them, such as by alphabetical order or by last modified. Once you've found your brand guideline within the homepage, you can duplicate, edit, view, or share. For sharing, you can either share a link, or if it's private, you can add emails to your brand guidelines to give different clients, team members, or partners access to your brand guideline. Before having a brand guideline, the first step is creating a brand guideline. So I'd like to show you this process. We'll then edit a brand guideline, and then we'll show you the final piece and output of that brand guideline, which you would share with your team, your partners, and also your designers and contractors. So let's create a new brand guideline by clicking on Create Brand Guideline. You'll see we have 3 different templates, which are our starting point theme. We have Avant-Garde, which is a white theme. We have Scandinavian, which is an Uber-inspired dark theme. And then we have Bauhaus, which is a more visual and spaced out white theme. All of these you can modify within our backend, and you'll see that a lot of brands will modify all the design settings, really make it their own, and then they'll duplicate it. Now that we're in the back end of the platform, you'll see that there's different sections. We have brand content, brand assets, brand style, and brand rules. We have a brand audit system that scores everything from 0 to 100. So this is really helpful for a brand. As a first step, you'll upload all of your brand copy, content, and assets. You can then click on our information icons, which give you brand education. For example, for a brand tagline, it would show you here's what a brand tagline is, here how some other companies have done it, such as like a BMW and Airbnb, really leading brands. We're trying to make it really simple so that you can identify your best practices. For all of the sections within your brand guideline, you can change the top menu order by drag and drop. You can also change your in-page side menu order by drag and drop. You can also change all of your titles and customize them. Let's say you want to use it not just for a brand guideline, but also for a real estate listing or for a restaurant menu promotion. In Ethos, we have the ability not just to manage and share a brand, but also to create and generate a brand. So the first step is we'll click on the purple AI auto rate button. This will pop up and show different prompts. For now, we want to basically create a brand position that is sassy yet powerful for Omsom, which is an Asian flavor inspired brand. We'll let the AI generate a new brand position. If we like this, we can say use text. If not, we can say try again. We have AI prompts built in for every aspect of your brand copy. You can also use the AI to generate ideas for new hex colors. Let's say you only have 4 primary colors. Our AI can recommend different secondary and tertiary colors. Once we've created our content, the next section is assets. Within assets, this is where you upload your logos, your images, your word marks, and this is a really helpful place to show visually how your brand stands out. Within this section, we have 3 different ways to position your images. At the bottom, we have the ability to add custom sections. In brand content, you can add new content sections. So there's no limit for how much copy that you want to add. You can create your own title. Within brand assets, you can add unlimited sections for adding new images. So if you want to, let's say, take your images out of Google Photos or Dropbox, this is a place where you can create different display folders and visually showcase what your images look like. In brand assets, you can also add your own links. I recommend adding your website, your social media. You could also link out to Dropbox or Google Drive. The next section we have is brand style. Brand style is where you select your colors for primary colors, secondary colors, tertiary colors, and gradient. Really cool thing we've built out is if you, let's say, have a hex color for your primary, secondary, with our color picker, you can enter your hex and automatically it will convert it to HSL, RGB, and CMYK for print. We also, in brand style, have the ability to upload examples of what your fonts look like, and then you can upload your fonts. You can even add custom sections for fonts. So you could have them all grouped in a zip file as primary fonts and secondary fonts, or you could have multiple sections, such as you have a TTF file or an OTF. So now that we've uploaded and added all of our brand content, assets, and styles, including our colors and fonts, it's really important to create some brand rules. So in the brand rules section, you can upload images and add text showing how to and how not to use different aspects of your brand, such as your logo should not be oriented in this direction, or your logo should not be placed over a gradient. After uploading all of your information and getting your brand score to 100 or close by where you're confident and it has everything that you want in your brand guidelines, if you click on settings, this is where you can really customize your brand guideline to look really on brand. So first we can create our title. We can change all of the text on the front page of our brand guideline. After that, we can choose our template. The really nice thing is with Ethos, rather than making a design on the front end, by adding all the data, you can then select different themes and templates and automatically it will create a new website for you. You can then select from over 800 different Google fonts. You can change the header and the body font and the text size. You can also change all of the colors of the buttons and the hover. So when you're hovering over an image, you can change that color as well. You can add your own logo, which will replace the Ethos logo in the top left corner. You can add your own background image. You can even add your own URL. So in this example, we'll add brand.omsan.com. By whitelisting the URL, when people go to that URL, it's going to go to your brand guideline. So there will be no Ethos branding on your brand guideline. We can also publish our brand guideline as private or public. If you publish as private, you can lock it with a password, or on the sharing list, you can add an email. That person will then receive an email, and by clicking on a link, they'll be able to get access to the brand guideline. If you publish it as public, this is a simple way for anyone with the link to gain access to your brand guideline. You can also change all the meta information, such as the title, the description, the images. This is how your brand guideline will show up on Google, Facebook, and other social media platforms. Lastly, on the editor list within a brand guideline, if you add an email to an editor list, that enables people from your team or third party to edit the brand guideline with you. So now you can collaborate at the same time. A lot of brands, they'll create a brand guideline, it will be empty, they'll then invite their team and designers. We also, within our profile, have a mini social network. So within our profile, you can create your own bio about yourself. It will have all of your published brand guidelines, all of your draft brand guidelines. You can then invite team members such as a client or as a standard team member. By having a profile created, if we go back to our homepage, we can click on shared brand guidelines. If we then click on a profile, it will then show a background. So this is a really interesting and fun way where you can share your brand guidelines with other designers. Now that we've designed our brand guideline, I want to show you the final output of what this looks like. Here's the Omsan brand guideline that we just created in the back end. On the home page, you'll see the menu at the top. We have search, brand content, brand assets, brand style, and brand rules. All of these sections, you can change the order. After uploading an image, you can add your own tag. Tagging is a really nice way to organize all of your files and make it easily searchable within your brand guidelines. This is a really easy way for your team to find the right brand assets in files and copy within a matter of seconds. Within brand content, everything is interactive. So if you click on any copy, it'll copy to clipboard. That way you can paste it instantly. Within brand assets, all of the files can be downloaded just by clicking. That way it's in the right, perfect format. You can also click on information for more info, and it'll show the image, name, and all the tags that are associated with it. Also, if you click on a menu item such as logo, it will create a unique link for that logo. So in the future, if you want to share your logo with someone, you can share the link with them. It will go directly to the logo. That way they won't have to go to your brand guideline and search around. Brand links, you can click on them and it'll directly go to either the folder or whatever link that you link to, such as your website or social media. Within brand style, the next section, you can see that we hover over a color. It'll show all the information such as hex, RGB, and CMYK. You can then click on the color code that you want and it will copy it to clipboard so that you can paste it. If you scroll down more, we have our fonts. By clicking on the fonts, if you uploaded a zip file, it'll download the zip of all the fonts. Or if you uploaded a single OTF or TTF for web or print, you can then click on it, it will download that file. In brand rules, you can see in larger formatted areas of how to and how not to use your brand. If you're interested in learning more, you can start a 7-day free trial by going to our website. And if you have any more questions, you can reach out to me. Once again, my name is Brian, and our team email is team@yourethos.io.